So as you can see, I got all the rafters put in, I got the purlins put in, but I'm still not finished with the roof. I've still got to put on the end rafters on the overhang on the east and west side, and I've got to start adding the trim board that goes across the front to kind of start blocking all this off. So what we're building is a soffit that we can close up on the front of this building to keep things from flying in between the rafters. And so I'm a one-man operation today, and so I had to figure out how I'm going to get these long 16-foot boards across the front of this so I can nail them in place. And what I came up with was this little jig right here. And all I did was take two 2x4s, offset them. I'm going to screw this right into the middle of the end joist hanging out. And what I can do is use this to rest the end of my 2x6x16, and then it'll hold one end up to the rafter, and then all I have to do is pick the other end up, and I can start nailing it into place all across the front here. There I have it screwed on, so I ought to be able to put this board right up in there, and that'll give us a cantilever point that we can lift it up and nail it in place. So I got my one header board put up, and now I'm on the other side, and then you can see right here where I put that little jig I made on the end of the rafter. That way I can support one end of this header board that goes on the back of these rafters. And all I got to do now is just get on the ladder and move it up. It makes it a lot easier instead of trying to hold it all at one time. You got one side to support, you just got to get the other side up. Now here's a little something to consider. When you're putting the board on the end of these rafters, you can't just line it up with the rafters because you got to take the slope into account. So what I'll do is I'll take my flat pencil, then I'll lay it on top of the rafters, and then once they all kind of lay flat like that, then I'll nail it in place. And if you look, you can see there's a little bit of it runs downhill a little bit from this edge, so you've got a little bit of a step down. But if you lay that pencil flat and then meet your end board to your rafter, that way you know you'll maintain the same slope throughout this whole build. So now I'm going to finish up these rafters by putting these end boards on. I've got a couple of end rafters with the overhang on the east and west side I need to finish up, but this is coming along nicely, and my next step after this is to put the roof on.